welcome to Colleen's Corner, where every Tuesday I answer your questions.
Wow, that was really fast and also unintelligible.
Today I'm here with my brother and co-producer and co-writer and co-creator of the show Haters Back Off.
And I'm here with Colleen.
Oh! The show comes out this Friday and we are so excited about it, so I thought he'd be the perfect person to be with me on my channel today to answer your questions about Haters Back Off. I just want to say, Christopher has seriously been the whole reason that this show happened. Right after I created Miranda and right after the videos went viral, we got together. Do you remember your first home that you owned? Bailey was like a little tiny tot, and we stayed up late and started developing the idea for the show, but at the time it was a movie.
Yes.
We started developing these characters like Patrick and Uncle Jim and Bethany, and then slowly we were like, we have so much story to tell, I don't think we'll be able to make this a movie. It has to be more than that. And then we decided to try to develop a TV show. So he's been here from the beginning, helping me create these characters and helping me create the story, and is a huge part of why this show even happened. This dude right here, you guys, a lot of people are like, Colleen did all this work for this show. Like, it would never have happened without this one right here. So I just want to throw that out there.
You make me blush.
I know. The show also would have never happened without the love and support of his wife, Jessica, who's right over there. We asked you guys to ask us questions about the show, and we're gonna answer them for you. How long did it take to prepare each character for the shoot? There's a lot of different ways this could be taken, but we're gonna assume it means like in the morning, how long did it take for us to get ready to go on set?
You took a long time because they had to like mess up your hair.
Yeah.
And we would sit there rewriting the show while your hair was getting redone and your makeup was being put on.
Yeah, so my hair took like 20 minutes every morning because we had to make it look really disgusting. So they would put like stuff in it to make it look greasy and matted. And that took a while.
Job.
Yeah. I was not allowed to wash my hair while we were shooting. So every Friday night is when I would wash my hair. So I'd wash my hair Friday night and then let it get gross Saturday and Sunday, come in Monday morning, and they'd flat iron it and put grease in it. And every day they'd put more and more grease in it. So then by Friday, it just was like, bleh. Are you more nervous or excited for the release?
I'm more excited because I'm excited about hearing what people think of it. I guess I'm kind of nervous too, but I'm more excited because I like it and I hope that other people like it.
I think I'm equally both. I'm like so excited for everyone to see it because I'm so proud of it because we worked so hard on it. But I'm also nervous that like we worked so hard on something for so many years, people might not like it. Like that makes me really nervous.
Oh yeah, I should be nervous.
No, whatever. It's probably good to just be like, whatever, we love it. So if they don't love it, haters back off. If you could go back and change anything about the show, what would you change? Anything? If so, what?
Well, we'd recast Miranda. No.
Oh, good one. If I could go back and change anything, I would change that Miranda is from a different location. Because when I created the character, I was like, Tacoma, Washington, whatever, no one's gonna see this. And I didn't put any thought into it. Now, I'm like, why didn't I say Miranda was born in Hawaii so that we could shoot in Hawaii? But I loved Vancouver, so it wasn't that horrible.
Yeah, Vancouver was awesome.
Which cast member caused you to break character the most?
There was one scene in particular, the first scene ever, where Miranda, Uncle Jim, and Bethany were all in the same room. And Colleen could not stop breaking.
It was the first scene we ever
so
shot.
Funny.
It was the first scene we'd ever shot with me and my mom and my uncle. And so my brain was like, this is crazy. I've been doing Miranda for almost 10 years and now I am sitting with my mother and my uncle. This is like, so I was giddy. And then they're also the funniest people on the planet. So like, I could not stop laughing. How many times were you late to the set? Christopher was never late to set. You were early to set every day.
And you were never late.
I was early too. I was a cast member. I was also a producer and a writer in the show. So before we would start shooting scenes, we'd all get together and like rewrite scenes or talk about production. So we were always there before everybody else, and we were always the last to leave too.
We were punctual.
Yeah, very punctual. How many episodes will there be? There's 8 episodes in season 1, and you can watch them all on the same day, the same time if you want to.
I feel like we put
They're all
a
pretty
lot
strong.
Put a lot of work into making each one really good.
Yeah. Okay, what are the strangest things that happened during the writing process? I have an answer for this.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We wrote, it took us forever to write this show. Christopher and I would write scripts together, and how we write is Christopher would take a pass at it, and then he'd give it to me, and I'd take a pass at it, and then we would talk through scenes together and act them out together. There are lots of love relationships in this show. Some of them were love scenes, and we would have to talk to each other.
Just talking though. Just talking.
Yeah, oh my god.
Just talking.
But we'd always comment on it. Like, we'd start to say a line, that was like, this is not a scene from the show, but for example, like, I love you so much. Okay, this is weird. Like, and we'd immediately start talking about how bizarre it was and uncomfortable it made us. But I think that was probably like the weirdest thing for me in the writing process, was like acting out.
I had blocked that from my memory, so I didn't have a weird story to tell.
We did a lot of research in the writer's rooms, which was a lot of fun. We are constantly watching old Miranda videos and trying to pull from different old things that happened to me in my career and put them and make them into stories.
What stunts did you guys do on set?
When we had stunts happen, we had stunt doubles, but there was one day where they didn't hire a stunt double for me because they didn't think I would need one. And
that was the day you needed one.
That was the day I needed one, because on set we were like, oh, it'd be funny if Miranda was doing this crazy stunt. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
I can't tell you what the stunt was, but I was a stunt double in one episode.
Yes, Christopher was a stunt double. I wonder if you guys can find it. If you can find it when the show comes out, screenshot it and tweet it to him. Chris, would you want to direct or produce another show after this experience?
I don't know, maybe. I really enjoyed working on the show, and I would love to direct. I didn't direct this season at all, but I would love to do that.
He'd be a great director. He was a big help to everyone on set because he helped create the characters. A lot of times the actors would go straight to Chris and be like, hey Chris, when you were writing this scene, what were you hoping for from this character? Especially with me, I feel like you came up to me a lot and helped me through scenes because we have very similar brains and ideas of what the show is supposed to be. So when I couldn't watch the monitors, it was nice to have him watching my scenes and come up to me and say, hey Colleen, you don't look enough like Miranda in this scene.
Miranda's very specific, and so it's hard for someone who hasn't been in it for like 8 years to direct it. It was nice to be able to like either talk to the director or talk to you directly about how we can make it more Miranda.
But I will say, somehow, these directors who haven't been with me the past 8 years developing this character did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Like, we couldn't have found better people. What was your favorite food that was eaten on set? Well, how about craft services? Let's start there. So the food that we both ate, like, what was your favorite thing to eat?
Oh man, they had pavlova one day, and
I had like 10.
Love pavlova.
It was so good. On set, I did eat a lot in the show as Miranda.
And none of it was good.
None of it was good. My least favorite thing that I ate on set is something you have seen in the trailer if you've seen it. It was this blue popsicle. I ate like 50 of them, so they made me really sick.
And we had to manufacture them. So it wasn't like a real popsicle. It was something that wouldn't melt when the lights were on it or something, so it was like some weird texture.
It was so gross. I was so sick those days. What was the most challenging part about developing the show? It was all challenging, but rewarding.
The specifics were easy, like specific jokes or specific storylines, but constructing something as a whole, that was more challenging.
I think for me, the most challenging part about the whole process was the editing process. Luckily, Netflix was awesome and let me be a part of every single step of the way. Like, both of us were very involved.
Amazing.
Yeah, our editor was awesome. But for me, it was really hard to sit in an editing room, you know, for like 12 to 18 hours a day in a dark room and work on the same scene over and over and over and over and over for hours for like 3 months. That was our life. It takes a very talented person to be able to sit down and do that, and it's just not something that I naturally am patient enough to do. So that was the hardest part for me, I think. Does Haters Back Off come out on the same day as in America as it does in Australia? Yes, it comes out everywhere at the exact same time. So if you have Netflix wherever you live, you can watch Haters Back Off on October 14th, October 13th. Wait up till midnight, girl, because right when it hits midnight, you can watch Haters Back Off.
What was the funniest thing that happened while filming?
I think maybe the funniest and weirdest thing that happened to us was I had to chew bubblegum in this one scene. Well, in multiple scenes, I chewed bubblegum. And it was after eating a popsicle, so my mouth was frozen. And it was really hard to chew the bubblegum because my mouth was ice cold, and I had to blow a bubble. And it was really, really hard to blow a bubble for me when my mouth was ice cold and the gum wasn't very good. So the whole crew, like 100 people, would be standing around waiting for me to blow a bubble, and it was taking forever, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't do it.
And we tried different bubble gum, and we tried having you stick it to a stick, and then, but by the time you got it in your mouth, it was like
cold again.
Cold again. Your mouth was cold, so it was making it impossible to blow a bubble.
Yes, we tried everything, and we couldn't get me to blow gum.
And the movie magic that made it possible, I stood on the side chewing gum, and they gave it to her at the precise moment in which she needed to blow the bubble.
When you watch the show and you see Miranda blowing a bubble,
that gum was in my mouth.
That gum was in his mouth, and he ran it on set and gave it to me, and I put it in my mouth and blew the bubble, and everyone on set was like, are you kidding? And we were like, this is what needs to happen. This is for the show. He like ran on set, he was like, here, and I was like, yes. And it was like, so, like,
it was very professional. You guys want a bubble? This is how it's gotta go down.
The bubble I blow in the first episode was the gum from his mouth.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the questions we're gonna answer today. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Colleen's Corner. Subscribe to Christopher, he's got a channel with his beautiful family. And have a wonderful day and spread happiness and not hate. And tune into Netflix on October 14th to watch Haters Back Off. Bye.
Ow.